Hey there, podcasters. Welcome to Podcast Growth Tactics by Podder, your go-to resource for taking your podcasting journey to the next level. We're the creators of Podder, an amazing platform that provides podcast analytics and enrichment tools. No matter if you're a seasoned pro in the world of podcasting or just getting started, we're here to equip you with practical tips and innovative strategies that will make a real difference. We've got you covered when it comes to email marketing, SEO, interviews, paid ads, and so much more. Plus, we'll help you fine-tune your show, forge a strong connection with your audience, and create content that truly resonates. What sets us apart is that our insights are all about data. We've collected over 1 billion data points from podcasts across the globe, giving us an insider's view of what actually works in the podcasting universe. So when we share our knowledge, you can trust that it's backed by solid information. If you love what you hear and find value in our episodes, we'd be absolutely thrilled if you could take a moment to leave us a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Podchaser, or whatever your preferred podcast platform may be. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us reach even more podcasters like yourself. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's dive right into today's episode and uncover some amazing tactics that will turbocharge your podcast growth. Get ready to take notes because we've got some killer strategies coming your way. Stay tuned. It's a busy world out there, with everyone and their grandma trying to get in on the action. And standing out from the crowd, well, that's a whole different ballgame. Sure, you've got your Facebook and Google AdWords, but let me tell you, the real game changer is in-app podcast advertisements. Yeah, you heard me right, in-app ads. Now I know what you're thinking. How on earth do these little guys make such a big impact? Well, my friend, that's what we're here to dive into. We're going to show you exactly how to maximize this avenue for unparalleled podcast growth. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. First things first, let's talk about the power of in-app ads. You see, when it comes to podcasting, reaching your target audience is crucial. And what better way to do that than by popping up right in their favorite podcast app? Think about it. Your ad, sandwiched between 2 episodes of their favorite show. It's like advertising magic, but it's not just about being in the right place at the right time. Nope, there's a whole science behind creating a killer in-app ad. And lucky for you, we've got all the insider tips and tricks. Let's talk about creativity. You don't want your ad to just blend into the sea of other podcast promotions, right? No, you want it to stand out like a shining star. So get creative. Think catchy jingles, memorable taglines, or even a dash of humor. The more unique and eye-catching your ad is, the more likely people are to remember it and ultimately check out your podcast. And speaking of checking out your podcast, you've got to make it easy for listeners to find you. That means including clear and concise calls to action in your in-app ad. Whether it's a simple search for us on your favorite podcast app or a direct link to your show, make sure people know exactly where to go to become your newest fan. Now, let's not forget about the importance of tracking and analyzing your ad performance. Sure, in-app ads can be a powerful tool, but if you're not keeping an eye on how they're performing, you might as well be podcasting in the dark. So, make sure to use smart links and the analytics provided by the platform to see which ads are resonating with your audience and which might need a little tweaking. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment. The beauty of in-app ads is that they're not set in stone. You can test different creatives, target new audiences, and continuously optimize your strategy to get the most bang for your buck. So don't be afraid to take risks and try new things. You never know what might be the next big podcasting phenomenon. So here's the thing, advertising is all about reaching the right people at the right time with the right message. And one key way to do that is through contextual advertising. Let me give you an example to paint a picture. Picture this. You have this amazing vegan recipe podcast. You pour your heart and soul into creating episodes that are not only informative, but also mouthwatering. You want to share your love for vegan cooking with as many people as possible. But here's the catch. You don't want to waste your time, energy, and advertising budget by promoting your podcast to the wrong audience. Imagine this scenario. You decide to advertise your vegan recipe podcast on a meat lovers forum. Can you see the mismatch? It's like trying to sell a carrot to someone who loves their steak. It's just not going to work. Your message will be lost in a sea of grilled meats and carnivorous cravings. There's a better way to reach your audience in-app podcast advertising. Let me tell you why it's so powerful. In-app podcast advertising is like finding the golden ticket to a room full of your biggest fans. It places your mouth-watering, plant-based creations right in front of an audience that is already deeply engaged with the world of podcasting. These folks aren't just any audience, they are your audience. They share your passion for vegan cooking, and they're hungry for the kind of content you offer. Think about it. When someone is using a podcasting app, they're actively seeking out podcasts to enjoy. They're exploring new topics, looking for inspiration, and craving that next audio adventure. And that's where you come in. Your vegan recipe podcast can be right there, ready to satisfy the appetite of these podcast enthusiasts. By strategically placing your in-app podcast advertisements, you're able to catch the attention of these eager listeners in the perfect moment. They're in the podcasting mindset, actively looking for new content to devour. And suddenly there it is, your tasty vegan recipe podcast, tempting them with its delicious offerings. With contextual advertising, you ensure that your message aligns perfectly with the interests and desires of your target audience. Instead of wasting resources on mismatched platforms, you're cleverly positioning yourself in front of the very people who are most likely to engage with your content, eagerly devouring each episode and sharing it with their fellow vegan foodies. Fountain.fm has a unique feature called Boostograms, which allows listeners to send cryptocurrency with personalized messages. This is a great way to engage with your community and foster a sense of belonging. You can even acknowledge and respond to Boostograms on air, which adds a personal touch and shows your listeners that you value their contributions. Not only does this strategy enhance community engagement, but it can also serve as a new revenue stream for your podcast. It also tends to be one of the cheapest platforms to advertise on. Overcast.fm stands out for its visually appealing in-app ads with comprehensive performance statistics. To make the most of this unique feature, it's important to design ads that resonate with your target audience. A/B testing can help you determine which visuals and messages get the most engagement. Additionally, regularly reviewing the platform's statistics will allow you to refine your approach and maximize the visibility of your ads. By leveraging the power of effective ads, you can effectively promote your podcast to a wide audience. Listener offers both sponsored content and banner ads as its unique feature. When incorporating sponsored content, it's crucial to ensure that the ads feel organic and seamlessly integrate into the episode. This will prevent your listeners from feeling bombarded with advertisements and help maintain the overall flow of your podcast. For banner ads, focus on using compelling visuals that align with your podcast's branding. By monitoring engagement rates, you can determine which format resonates more with listeners' user base and adjust your strategy accordingly. Buzzsprout's unique feature is its dynamic ad platform with detailed analytics. To make the most of this platform, it's essential to create targeted ads based on listener demographics and interests. By understanding your audience on a deep level, you can tailor your ads to their preferences and increase engagement. Dive into the platform's analytics to gain insights into listener behavior and continuously refine your ads for better results. Buzzsprout's cost-effective rates, such as $100 for 5,000 downloads, make it a great option to reach a broader audience without straining your budget. Podcast. Addict allows ad placements both on the main screen and in specific categories like business or arts. Craft engaging content that encourages users to click and subscribe. Given the platform's categorization system, it is vital to ensure that your podcast is appropriately tagged to maximize visibility in relevant searches. By strategically aligning your podcast with relevant categories, you increase your chances of reaching your target audience and growing your listener base. Pocket Casts offers a curated section based on merit and paid placements in the Discover section. To increase your chances of being featured in the curated section, consistently produce high-quality content that resonates with your audience. By consistently delivering value and maintaining high standards, you increase your chances of being recognized and featured by Pocket Casts. If you opt for paid placements in the Discover section, consider aligning them with your episode release schedules to maximize new listener retention and growth. Podbean's unique feature includes banner ads on the homepage and recommendation ads in the episode player. To capture immediate attention with banner ads, design them in a way that stands out visually. Use eye-catching imagery and clear messaging to entice users to click on your ad. When it comes to recommendation ads, ensure that the content aligns with the genre of your podcast. This increases the likelihood of clicks from listeners who enjoy similar podcasts, maximizing your chances of attracting new listeners. Podbay's unique feature is the ability to promote your podcast across the platform for an entire day. To make the most of this feature, schedule promotions on the days when you release new episodes. By doing this, you ensure a fresh stream of content for potential new listeners who come across your podcast through the promotion. This strategy maximizes growth opportunities and allows you to attract and retain new listeners more effectively. For platforms like Podcast Republic, Player FM, and others, the key strategy is to consistently deliver high-quality content. It's important to engage with listener feedback and consider collaborations or guest appearances to tap into new listener bases. By actively seeking out opportunities to collaborate with other podcasters or industry experts, you can expand your reach and introduce your podcast to new audiences. Additionally, regularly updating your podcast description and tags helps you stay relevant in search algorithms and improves your discoverability. By following these strategies, you can effectively promote and grow your podcast across various platforms. Crafting the perfect ad is all about nailing the content and delivery. You want to make sure your ad truly connects with your audience, so take the time to understand who they are, what interests them, and how they consume content. This knowledge will be the foundation of your ad's success. To capture your listeners' attention, your ad needs to resonate with them. It should speak to their needs and desires. Consider what makes them tick, and use that insight to craft a message that will pique their curiosity. You want to make them say, tell me more. There are different approaches you can take with your ad. Humor can be a great way to break through the noise and make your listeners smile. Emotion, on the other hand, can tap into their hearts and create a powerful connection. And if you want to be straightforward, go for a direct pitch that clearly communicates the value of your podcast. But remember, whatever approach you choose, make sure it aligns with your target audience's preferences. Take into account their taste, their sense of humor, and their values. You want your ad to feel like it was made specifically for them. So, when it comes to measuring and optimizing your advertising strategy, let me tell you, it's all about being dynamic. You want to keep a close eye on those key metrics that really matter. I'm talking about impressions, clicks, conversions, and cost per conversion. These little nuggets of data can really give you a clear picture of how well your strategy is performing. The beauty of these metrics is that they can guide you towards refining your approach. It's like a compass showing you the way to better results. You can analyze the data, identify patterns, and make those necessary tweaks and adjustments to ensure you're getting the most out of your advertising efforts. Think of it as a continuous process of optimization. You're not just sitting back and hoping for the best. Oh no, my friend, you're actively using the data at your disposal to fine-tune your strategy and reach those goals you've set for yourself. So remember, when it comes to measuring and optimizing your advertising strategy, embrace the dynamic nature of it all. Monitor those key metrics, refine your approach, and keep those results coming. Trust me, it's worth the time and effort. So here's the deal. In-app podcast ads can be a game changer for podcasters like you. They open up a whole new avenue for growth. But how do you make the most of this opportunity? Well, first things first, you need to understand the landscape. You've got to know what podcasts your target audience is listening to, where they're tuning in, and how they engage with podcast ads. Armed with this knowledge, you can craft ads that really resonate with your audience. You want those ads to grab their attention and get them excited about what you have to offer. But it doesn't stop there. No, sir. Continuous optimization is the name of the game. You can't just set it and forget it. Keep tweaking and adjusting your ads based on the data you collect. This way you can ensure that your content stands out from the competition. As the podcasting world continues to evolve, leveraging in-app podcast ads is going to be key. It's all about tapping into a dedicated audience and ensuring your growth and success in the long run. So get out there, get creative, and make those ads count. Thanks for listening to today's episode where we explored the world of podcast advertising, including growth tactics, in-app ads, contextual advertising, and personalized advertising strategies to maximize engagement and relevance. Don't forget to leave a review to support our growth, and I'll see you guys at the next one.